Hello and welcome. Today I want to do a video about CEX or Sex Exchange versus DKOldies. Now if you're not for the UK, CEX is basically like GameStop. People trade in games and shit, right? DKOldies is like an American online company that sells video games and consoles at extortionate prices. There's been a few YouTubers that's been on at the site, they've ordered consoles, they said they're refurbished, they've got them back, they've opened them up, and they're garbage, they're dust inside, and some of them times they don't even work.
And we're going to see if we can pull this all the way out to see what the heat sink looks like. All right, here we go. And the big reveal. Oh, man. Whew. That is amazing. Oh, yeah, all over my fingers. Man, DKOldies really outdid themselves this time. This is, wow. Yeah, this bottom piece is even, wow. It looks like a desert.
Anyway, I want to see which one is better. They're both fucking rip-offs, but I want to see who's the most of a rip-off. That makes sense. It does. Anyway, here I have Dragon Ball Z Bundokai Tenkaichi, can I see it? 2. In CEX, they want 18 quid to buy it, right? But they would only give you £4 to sell it in. So they buy it off you for 4 quid and then sell it for 18. Right? That's a big markup. 14 quid. 14 quid. Right? That's a lot. And DKOldies, they've got to give you $11 for it and sell it for 65. That's a $54 markup. That's insane. That's mental. Anyway, my next game is Shining Force 3. You can see that. In CEX, they want 200 quid for this game, and they'll give you 130 to trade it in. It's still a bit much. I mean, if they got it, I would want at least 160 if I've got to be selling it for 200. It's a £40 profit they're making. I know they have to make their money, but I mean, it's a wee bit dodgy. In DKOldies, they're selling it for £373 or $373. I can't remember what I wrote down. Was it dollars or pounds? I think it was pounds. And if you want to trade it in, you have to message them. So I don't know how much it is if you want to trade it in, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fucking terrible anyway. I got my NES, right? Don't change the subject here, right? Well, no really, still on subject, right? So I got my NES for about 35 quid. It came with 2 controllers and a game, right? In DKOldies, they want 170 quid if you want the console and 2 controllers with it. 170 quid. If you want to trade that in, they'll give you $50. So they're making $120 or 120 quid, I'm not sure what one is. After that. And then when you get the console, you buy it. It might not even fucking work.
Let's get this thing plugged in and see if it works. Let's start with the best game ever for the NES, Super Mario 3. Let's see if it'll turn on and if it shows up on the screen. Okay, let's try a bit of a reset. Okay, so I'm gonna plug the game in and out several times. And now let's try it. And gray screen. Okay, let's try it without pushing the game down into the system. Just having the game pushed in, but not pushing the tray all the way down. And gray screen.
I was listening to an interview with one of the guys that used to work in DKOldies, and he's saying the only time we ever fix or refurbish a console is if we feel that there's something broken in it. So if they put it on, they test it, and it's working, they don't dent it. They just send it off. So I don't know why they're advertising it as being refurbished when it's not, and you wouldn't mind paying a bit extra couple of quid if it was actually refurbished, but it's not. And the thing that annoys me the most about DKOldies and CEX, Sex Exchange, to a certain extent, is they're ranking up the fucking prices of games, so it's harder for me as a collector and a gamer to buy these games, because as soon as they start ranking up the prices, everybody else racks up the prices, and it's a pain in the arse. Now, I don't mind if somebody wants to go to like a charity shop and they find a couple of games and they're selling a couple of games for like 2 quid, but you know for a fact that they go for like 4 or 5 quid, so you see an opportunity to make a few quid. Don't go to the charity shop, see that the game's worth like a couple of quid, then go online, see it's worth £5, but sell it for 10 or 15 anyway. It's a joke. Anyway, anyway, aye, back to CEX Exchange. They're wanting 140, and they'll give you 65 in. So it's pretty similar to DKOldies. Although, in my experience with getting consoles face CEX Exchange, is they usually work. I've never really had an issue with them. But that doesn't seem to be the same with DKOldies. People are getting consoles and have to send them back because they're no refurbished. They just test them for 5 minutes, then stick them in a bag and send them off. So who's worse? Price wise, DKOldies is way worse by a long shot. Except for maybe with the consoles here. But I mean, I've seen some of the consoles they sell in Xbox 360s for like fucking $300, stuff like that. It's not that bad. I should have done more research into the console side of it. The N64 stuff like that is astronomical prices because it's refurbished. I would say that DKOldies is worse by a long shot. Now, we always complain about CEX. That's a stupid name for a fucking shop in it. It's Computer Exchange, but they shortened it to CEX, CEX. Anyway, aye, ridiculous name for a fucking... I've lost my fucking train of thought. Aye, we like to complain about CEX Exchange, but at least it's not as bad as this DKOldies, and I wish people when they go to that place. But there's going to be older people out there, and they know their wains are into retro gaming and stuff like that, and they see that on TikTok or whatever it is, and they go, oh, I'll go there, and then they pay a stupid amount of money for a fucking Mega Drive or Genesis. Oh, how much is that? $500 fucking dollars. Cool, that's a bargain. No, it's not. Ripping off old people. Ripping off everybody. And another thing, see these YouTubers that go on and buy multiple consoles just to do a review on them, knowing fine well that they might not work. Just don't. Just buy the one console, say that sucks, and then don't do it again. Learn your lesson, because you're still gaining them fucking money. Now get loads of YouTube. I'm not going to buy it for DKOldies for this video. I'm a fuck. Maybe I'll just use footage for other cunts and steal that. Maybe I'll tag them. I don't know. Wait till I'm done editing. Anyway, I thought this was a good idea for a video. And DKOldies loses. It sucks. CEX wins. If you want a game, basically go to eBay, jump into charity shops, you'll find something there. Anyway, that's for today's episode. Goodbye.